Okay, it's time to add some more functionality to our application, but let's have a look at what we've got. So we have users, and users can create courses. Courses belong to users. As well, we have roles. So we have role names and user roles. So in role names, we have admin, teacher, and student, and user roles connect users and roles. So a user can have a few roles at the same time. As well, for the public activity gem, we have activities. For the friendly ID gem, we have friendly ID slugs. So in activities, we keep all the track of all the actions that were done in the application. Here's the activity example that the course was created, destroyed, or will also have edit actions here. And in action text, rich texts, here we go to create course, and the information on the rich text editing is kept in this table. Now we'll add some functionality, and we'll start with adding lessons to courses. So let's create a scaffold of lessons with a title, with content, and with belonging to a course. Let's go to our application, Rails generate scaffold. It's going to be called lessons, title. We don't have to say string because it's string by default. So content, text, and course references. Let's see how the migration looks. We're going to db migrate. So we create lessons with title, content, and references to a course. Okay, let's make the migration. Regdb migrate. Okay, we've migrated. And now let's go to our model and set it up. So we're going to models, course belongs to user and has many lessons. Lesson belongs to course. Okay. Now we'll add some validation. So validates title, content, and course in the lesson. As well, we will add the friendly ID gem right away. So we're going to add the extend friendly ID and have it with title. Okay, so we need to also run the migration for adding a slug to our lesson. So let's go to friendly ID, documentation, and we'll see how to add the slug once again. So add slug to lessons. Regdb migrate. So migrated, and actually when we have a course that has many lessons, we're also going to add some action like dependent destroy. So if a course that has a few lessons is destroyed, the lessons are also destroyed. Now let's have a look at our lessons in our views. Let's start the server. Okay, so here we can have a list of all our lessons. Here's an example of a form. Now let's create a sample lesson. So first, content, whatever, and the course will be, let's say, my course. Okay, we can't find a lesson with ID first because we didn't finish installing our friendly ID. Let's go to lessons controller and add the lesson friendly.find. So let's save it, and we see that the lesson was saved, and we have the friendly URL. Okay, now let's make it so that when we open a course, we see the lessons that belong to the course. And as well, let's add how many lessons the course has in the course views. So we'll go to the course card, course HTML, and somewhere here we are going to add one more card footer. and FA book and course dot lessons dot count. So this way we are going to count how many lessons a course has, and we see that this course has one lesson. So when we open the course, we'll want to see this lesson in the course. Let's make it also visible. So for this, we are going to our courses show, and here we're going to add some code to render the lessons that belong to this course. So first we'll go to the courses controller. Where is our courses controller? Here it is. And here in show, we're going to have lessons are course.lessons. Okay, now let's render the lessons. But before we render the lessons, we need to have a view of the lessons that we are actually going to render. So let's create a lesson view. Lesson, HTML, HAML, and inside we're going to have, let's see, which fields do we have in lessons. So in lesson HTML HAML, we are going to have the title, the content, and the course, and the show, edit, and destroy actions. So we'll create a card. In the card, we are going to have a header, and we're going to have a header with the title, a body with the content. So header, body. Here we'll have lesson title. Here we're going to have lesson content. We'll also add the course information just in case. Lesson course. And we'll have the links. Let's copy the links in the card footer. Okay, we'll have the links right here. And let's render these lessons in our course show. So we're going to render lessons lesson, and let's think. So we'll first need to have a collection of the lessons like this. So lesson each to lesson, and render lessons where lesson is lesson. Let's try if it works. Okay, so we have our lesson rendered. Now let's make it look a bit better. So in the sidebar, we're going to have the course, and half of the screen is going to be the course information, and half of the screen is going to be the lessons of the course. So let's create a column. So to create a column, we create a row. So column large 6 and column large 6. We'll move this a bit forward. So course and lessons. Okay, so here we have the course information. Here we're going to have all the lessons that belong to this course. Now let's also edit these actions for them to look a bit better. So there'll be no link to show here. It's going to be in the lesson title. So we'll have the lesson title instead of the show here. Okay. So we press the title and we see the lesson. Now we'll also edit some classes here. We'll just copy them from our course. So to edit, there'll be a warning button. And to delete, there will be a danger button. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so we have a list of courses. We see how many lessons a course has. We can see a course when we open the course, and if a course has any lessons, we'll see the lessons that the course has. So we open a course that has a lesson, and we see the lessons that the course has. Let's try opening a lesson, and we have an edit and back action. Let's, instead of this show information, also run the card, a lesson card in the lesson show. So we are going to lesson show. First, we'll delete these files that we are not going to use, the JBuilder ones, lesson show, and same as we did with the course show, we're going to render lessons. So here we are going to have render lessons lesson, where lesson is lesson, to be totally explicit. Okay, here we see our lesson, and the back action will lead us back to our course. So it will be course path, lesson, course. Now undefined local variable lesson, because it should be with an at. Okay, we press back, it works. Let's make it back to course. Okay, so in this lesson we created a new table of lessons that belongs to courses. A lesson has a title, has content, and belongs to a course. We can see the lessons that belong to a course, and we can edit them